What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Moon Rock's Chop Shop. Another bright and sunny day in Florida, and look what part next to me. Ha 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 ha. Today's video, I want to talk about a hot topic right now. So these tariffs are a big thing right now, and I've been getting a lot of interesting chat conversations and little chats that I'm in. So should you buy? I'm gonna go over that, some of the parts that people try to get and how it may affect you. I'm gonna go over that, and something on the import scene too, which I thought was interesting, so I'll go over that too. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hang on for the ride.
Yeah, I stay up. Every day that I arise, I'm way up. Paper chasing on the move, my pace up. Cutting that bitch off just like a pay.
Alright, y'all, we on the road. There's actually a lot of nice cars out here today. There's actually a, what's that, a R1 right in front of me. Thing is really nice. It looks brand new. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but yeah. Okay, y'all, so I'm headed down south to pick up an order of some cookies. It's particularly what's called apparently the Dubai cookies. That's that viral chocolate. Well, it was viral a little while ago until it got played out, and now it's so long story short, I have a friend that makes that in chocolate chip cookie form. So I'm gonna go pick up an order of that. But while I was doing that, all this tariff situation, I've been kind of cool on it, just listening and hearing what's coming out about it. And how kind of the market reacts to different things. And also, I have family in the car business, friends in the car business, so I've been kind of asking around what's going on. And some of the stuff that I've been hearing, crazy. But let me get into exactly what. But first thing I want to do, you already know we're going on a little road trip per se. I got to pick up some type of drink, some type of snacks, so I can munch on it on the way on this road trip. So you already know I need some type of junk to eat or a drink. Usually go for some energy drinks, but let's see what they got. Ended up fucking with the Arizona Orangeade, feel me? Alright, y'all, so I got me a little snack, a little drink, feel me? Definitely more sugar than I wanted, but you know what I'm saying, I haven't really ate all day, so this will be a good boost before the gym. I ain't gonna lie, boy, this thing might be stale. And now this, the Arizona Orangeade. If you know, you know about this. It's so refreshing. Alright, let's start. Alright, y'all. So we hopping on the highway. Woo! The car is so nimble, y'all. I love it. I always will. So amazing. So anyways, guys, this video is gonna be about the tariffs that we're experiencing right now in the United States. Now, this is not really a political channel, and it's gonna be hard for me to even get into politics here, but obviously we all have a bit of a understanding of what's going on, and we have a position on it. So basically, there's a lot of doom and gloom, around this whole tariff situation. And, from the other side, the doom and gloom side, there's a lot of, oh, we're going to make money. Both sides are valid, because I'm going to tell you what, right? I'll tell you, first of all, this has been going on for a few weeks now with Donald Trump off and on the tariffs, but it's finally happened April 2nd, I think. So it's been a few days of it. He actually even made a joke talking about if he says April 1st, people might not take him serious.
I wanted to make it April 1st but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day.
Well, I believe April 2nd, the tariffs took effect. We were talking about it in my little group chat of like car guys way before that anyways, like leading up to what's coming on, because some of them do imports and stuff like that. Different businesses that everybody's into just know kind of what's coming down the line. Get this, 25% tariffs on certain imports, obviously that means foreign, and up to 50% on certain others. And I'll put what these guys were talking about in the chat on the screen. But these tariffs, these numbers are mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. So the question is now, if you're a guy looking to get a Type S or a Type R or a Supra, which by the way, the new final edition Supra, if the price tag on that is true, which what I read is like 120 or something like that, nobody's gonna buy that. It's not worth 120. I mean, obviously there'll be the hardcore fanatics about it that might take it, but at 120 it prices out so many people to buy, in all honesty, a car which at that price tag you could have a Porsche or something like that. My honest opinion, I'd rather go Porsche, but there's situations like that happening. The prices of all cars have gone up. The 2025 Type S is like $500 or $700 more expensive than the 2024 with nothing new, and same thing with the Type R is something similar as well. Now, what these tariffs might mean for a car like the Type R. The Type R is an import from Japan, right? It's all built over there. It's gonna for sure be more expensive, for sure. The Type S is made and built in America, although parts from Japan, certain parts. So now the question becomes, is the Type S the better value proposition over the Type R? And I'll be honest with you, one of the reasons I bought the Type S is because I felt like it was even before the tariffs. And the reason why is because of the dealerships wanting to mark up the Type R. They're marking up the Type R $5,000, $10,000, and at the end of the day, I figured I might as well get the Type S if it's gonna be that price anyways. Plus, I like the exterior of the Type S a lot better. But you know, I'm not gonna get into that. I've been over that in previous videos. The point here is, does the Type S now become a better value proposition over the Type R because of these tariffs? We're gonna have to wait to see what the prices come to for the Type R, but you could say the Type Rs have had a tariff on them, you know, since they came out. And you know, if you guys followed me throughout my journey, you'll see the Type R is what I originally went for, and it was very expensive and not worth the price of buying one, in my opinion. So, you know, there's a lot of that. So bottom line on that point is, any new car that if you're a tuner that you may be interested in buying, whether it's the BMWs, definitely going to have a tariff, whether it's the cars like this, the Acura Integra Type S, is going to have some type of tariff, although I believe less than the Type R. The Type R will definitely have a tariff. And you know, basically any foreign type of cars, Mercedes, a lot of them, you know, you have to understand what's coming in terms of pricing. So with that point, the other side of this is the flip side of the narrative when it comes to, you know, how this is going to affect your pockets. I have some friends and family that are in the car business. Some in the luxury car business, some in just aftermarket used cars, type of things like that. Both of them are saying prices about to go up and we about to make our bread, which is very interesting from the point of a consumer versus you know, somebody that's actually pushing something into the market. The thing is, or I should say a business owner, the thing is that the price hikes have to come from the business owners to the consumers. There's no other way around that, and that's trickled down all the way from our government. Now, what does this mean? Does this mean at the end of the day, America is a warmongering imperial black hole of a money pit? Maybe, I guess. What does that mean for us civilians? I don't know, man. But in the long run, if things keeping up like this, it's either you gotta make more money or you're gonna be poor in America. And I see that as becoming, you know, in the future, how far can that go until you can't afford your lifestyle or your family or whoever? I don't know. But that's why I guess the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. But that's a second point that's interesting. So if you're a business owner, now's the time to be making money. So if you're not a business owner and you want to be one, maybe now's the time to start, because you might make some money. I don't know, but I'm already a business owner. I'll fill you in on how that stuff goes on my side. Now the next point I want to touch on, the imports. Now, you know, in this same chat, they were talking about imports, and I've been reading online that originally import cars, meaning cars that were 25 years or older, were not going to be included in the tariff. But guess what, you car community, gearhead, knuckleheads, whatever you want to call y'all, everybody was celebrating online. It's not going to be for the cars and the parts that we need. Yay, hooray. Guess what happened? A couple weeks later, they fit it into the bill, or however you want to call it. You know, I don't know the policy and procedures of that, but they fit it in there. And guess what? Now it's going to be for the import cars as well, like older cars like Skylines and Supras from over there, and S2000s. I've been seeing a lot of Silvias, right? All that stuff is about to have a tariff because the car community couldn't keep their mouths shut. All right, so the final point of contention here is something that'll probably affect more like a guy like me, which is obviously parts. You know, I want to upgrade this thing. There's certain parts that I want that, especially like Japanese parts, like Mugen parts, or, you know, for example, Hector won't be getting overnight parts from Japan. No more spoon engines for Hector, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, unless Hector wants to pay. Stuff like that is going to be expensive. So aftermarket parts from Japan or anywhere else, you're going to pay an arm and a leg for that now. The American auto kind of aftermarket parts makers, they might be thriving right now. Let's see if their prices get inflated by the 25-50% that we're going to be seeing everywhere else. But that's definitely is going to be a hurt in my personal pocket. So I've been doing some research on, you know, different parts that I want, seeing where they're at now, whether I can buy them now or not. You know, I just want to plan for it, and just in case in the future. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I don't know, man. Very interesting times. Maybe even there should be a way to make money if you know how, even on parts, you know. So we'll see what happens. My plans for the Type S still haven't really changed. I still want to do what I do, but hopefully, you know, it's not going to be more challenging, or I'll make even more money and it'll be okay through my businesses. Or maybe I should start a little donation on my YouTube so y'all can help me build this thing as well. Or at least, if nothing else, just like, share, subscribe. You feel me? Drop a comment. Tell me what you think about all this. Moonrock's Chop Shop is definitely coming. I got some big plans for a shop, for real, that's gonna house all my projects. So y'all stay tuned for that. Last point I want to make is actually used cars. What's gonna happen with used cars? Short term, I really think the prices will stay a little flat. You may see increases on some things, which we've already kind of seen. I saw a BMW M3 that was posted on the marketplace for closer to like 60, but then after these tariff things happen, I'm seeing the guy posted it back up for 90. So, you know what I'm saying? Long term, I think used cars will have a lot more value. You know, especially because the newer the car, I would say everything past like 2010, cars started to become a little bit more efficient, a little bit more reliable. So you see older cars on the road for a lot longer these days. Obviously Hondas, Toyotas, certain Nissans, certain Hyundais, you can't go wrong. But yeah, so that'll be the short-term play on the used car market versus long-term play. But it may still affect you, obviously. I would say on all these points, we're looking at a good 4 to 5 years of whatever is coming, unless you're savvy enough to figure out a loophole through it. So that's kind of my take on this. Red, what's up? Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
How you doing?
Are you vlogging right now?
Is you want it to be off? You want to? Oh, you good? Yeah. Appreciate it. Can we try one right now?
Yeah.
So check it out. Oh, my homie Red, she got the say it for me.
Dubai chocolate chip cookies.
There you go. And this, I'm like her second order. She just pulled up with somebody else too. So let's check them out. Can you open it up? Break off half for me. Let's try it out. Let's see.
Okay. Zoom in.
That's all the zoom I got. All right, let's check it out. I'll take a big piece. All right. Okay, it's cooking in. Flavor's cooking in. 9 out of 10. Tell us how much these cookies are and where we can find you.
$5 per cookie. And you can find me at royalred_10.
$5 per cookie. She said the tariffs hit her too. It's getting hard out here. Alright, y'all. So I'm back at the barbershop. It's kind of going to be my 2 cents about all this tariff stuff going on. You know, is it a good time to buy a brand new car? Who knows? Is it a good time to buy a used car? Who knows? You know, is it a good time to buy car parts to make your car faster? Who really knows, right? But at the end of the day, there's always going to be challenges in life. It's up to you if you want to come over those challenges to chase your dreams. So with that being said, you know, follow your dreams, follow your heart, and you know, whatever bad that happens in life, you just work through it anyways, you know what I mean? But don't ever sacrifice your happiness just because of politics or what the elites are doing. Anyways, y'all, that's gonna be it for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the products below if you want to support the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.